Hello, I'm Anna Amelia from North East Animal Rights, coming to you from the northeast of England. Today we're talking about marketing myths, and why we're choosing to do that subject today, it's because advertising is everywhere. Obviously, it's a very, very powerful tool to get you to buy something which you may want or you may not want. It's on TV, it's on radio, it's on social media, it's on billboards, it's on bus stops, it's on your phone, and when you have an app, and sometimes you have adverts in between it. It's absolutely everywhere. And it's about sort of like us looking at a few brands and telling you as it is, and also looking at the alternatives, whether you want to go down the healthy vegan route or you want to go down the junk food route. There are alternatives, and there are lots of them. So let's have a look at a few brands. We have the Spoiled Pig, we have the Happy Egg Company, we have Happy Meals, we have the Laughing Cow. Now, if you look at the Spoiled Pig, first of all, this is obviously producing, a body part of an animal, which a lot of people will refer to as bacon. And these pigs will end up in having an awful death. No matter what happens to them beforehand, whether they are really, really, truly looked after and cherished, they end up getting killed for our plates, right? So the pigs will end up getting gassed by using the use of CO2. They will end up getting shackled and their throats cut, and then they bleed out, okay? So that really isn't a spoiled pig at all. That's not really what our class as being spoiled. It might have a whale of a time beforehand, it might have a great life, but the bottom line is it dies, right? Let's look at the Happy Egg Company. Now, the Happy Eggs are coming from domestic fowls. Obviously, chickens, hens, we refer to, obviously, the hens are the mature female version, and obviously you have the cockerels as well, which are the males. But the chickens are called chickens because that's what they are, the babies. 42 days if they go for broiler meat, and if they are they're going for eggs, they'll last a little bit longer, 18 months before the bodies are totally exhausted. But they are expected to produce an egg every single day. And then in the wild, they would produce probably no more than 20 in a year. And they would live in the wild up to 9 years old. So you can see there's a massive difference in the lifespan of these animals which are being bred for eggs or for meat. Now, we also have Happy Meals, and we have the Laughing Cow. Okay, so Happy Meals is McDonald's, and they are producing cows for burgers. Again, another body part of an animal. And we have the Laughing Cow, which produces milk for the cheese which they make. And it's kind of, it's all lovely and happy. We've got lovely smiling faces and the adverts for Happy Meals and the lovely smiling Laughing Cow. But the reality is, for these animals, for the McDonald's, these are young animals which are bred. They talk about being grass-fed and sort of like really well looked after. Again, they will end up with electric stun gun to the head, shackled by one leg, throat cut, to bleed out on a kill floor with all of its friends and and relatives looking on and seeing what goes on as well. The Laughing Cow, obviously, to get milk, you need to have a pregnant cow. So the cow needs to be pregnant, gives birth to a baby, which is taken away. If it's a female, it's kept in the same sort of conditions, and obviously it'll produce milk later on. If it's a male, usually they get shot, or they will be sent away for veal, and killed at a very young age, or they're sent for beef. And again, they are killed, even beef cattle, when if they get to survive, they will last no longer than 2 years old. And they will end up on the same kill floor as all of their other relatives. Okay. We also have some industry standards. We have the Red Tractor, which is RSPCA assured. We have Quality Meat Scotland as well. There was a big scandal about Quality Meat Scotland where the director on the board had to resign because of the condition of some of the animals on a farm he actually run. And RSPCA assured the Red Tractor has been shown over and over again to be absolutely not worth the paper it's written on. Viva has done some fantastic investigations, and Joey Carbstrong's done some great stuff as well, exposing these supposedly high welfare farms. And you have words like, you have the caged hens, we have free range animals, we have organic, we have the factory farmed, and we have high welfare. It's all absolutely baloney. It really, really is baloney. We have free range animals. Yes, okay, they have more access to light, and they have a bit more access potentially to grass, to a bit of land. Organic don't have any access to antibiotics because they're not allowed to. But the bottom line is, all these animals will end up on exactly the same kill floor. So let's not kid ourselves here. This is an absolute myth, okay? If you have a free range cow and you have a factory farmed cow, they will end up at the end of their very, very short lives on exactly the same kill floor, okay? They are terrified. We've stood there and seen these animals going in at the slaughterhouse, and they are absolutely terrified, okay? And again, welfare, the use of the word high welfare. Well, again, that's another rubbish word. It's absolutely pointless, because it's a bit like saying, you know, I'm going to look after my lovely dog here, but when I get sick of it, when it's kind of like come to the end of its usefulness for me and I no longer need it, I'm just going to kill it in whichever way is legal at the time. Okay, so obviously we're an abolitionist group. We you know, don't agree with killing any animals at all. It's not about welfare for us. It's about abolition. It's about stopping eating animals, full stop. The origin of the word meat it's actually Germanic, and it's the original word. It actually means food. It doesn't mean animal parts. Okay, so the word originally was flesh meat, so it's kind of like food which comes from flesh. That's actually what we're eating. We're eating the flesh of an animal. And then we have the term poultry and livestock. It's kind of like trying to desensitize us in terms of these animals, which are living, breathing creatures, you know, capable of you know, the sentient beings. I know people keep on, we use this word in animal rights quite a lot, but it means that they're capable of feeling love, fear, pain, forming relationships, you know. We have spent cows, downer cows, runts, you know, all these sort of like this terminology to kind of like to sort of desensitize us to what these animals are. They're just products, basically. Then we have, you know, on tins we have things like dolphin-friendly tuna. You know, what that means is they're just killing less dolphins. That's what they're trying to do. Their aim is to kill less dolphins. But we know in previous, you know, sort of videos we've done about commercial fishing, and Captain Paul Watson is absolutely adamant that, you know, when people who work in fishing in the industry to try and stop commercial fishing happening, they know that that dolphins are being killed, you know, repeatedly over and over again, and they're being underestimated and undercounted and underreported when fishing companies have to report bycatch. And the reality is, it's a bit like the plastic straw argument. You know, people went sort of went ballistic about sort of banning plastic straws because they've been found in the stomachs of marine animals. But actually, the easiest way to help the animals is not to eat them, not to kill them in the first place. Now let's look at some of the words we use for the body parts of animals. So we have the words pork, ham, prosciutto, beef, bacon, steak, sirloin, mutton. All of these things here, you know, sort of to try and again get away from the fact that we are eating the body of an animal which wants to live. You know, we know these animals want to live. And we even shape their bodies into things, you know, like burgers and sausages and nuggets, and, you know, smiley-faced slices of mushed up body parts, you know, like the ham slices you see, and which we give to children. And we're feeding them to our children, you know, children whose natural, what they would normally do is they would, you know, Ethel and Ed once said, if you give a child a strawberry or a rabbit, it would know to eat the strawberry, it would know to look after and care for the rabbit. But we very quickly desensitize these innocent children, and, you know, and change them into to a being which can actually eat the body parts. And then we have people who are sort of complaining about, you know, non-vegans who complain about us using the word vegan sausage, vegan burger, vegan nuggets. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure that that these are actually nuggets, these gold nuggets, chicken nuggets. You know, the word wasn't invented for meat products. It really wasn't. But we also teach our children as well that that, you know, hens give us eggs and cows give us milk, as if it's like, if the animals have a choice. They don't have a choice, and we need to be telling our children the truth here. You know, we have a fantastic family of vegans in our group, and they're doing a brilliant job. You know, sort of age-appropriate stuff about animals, and telling them the truth, not telling them lies about you know, about the fact that these eggs come from really badly abused animals who will die. You know, and the children are part of that. So this other term as well, humane slaughter, which comes up over and over again. I've got a t-shirt on today which says humane milk is a myth. Okay, so this is a t-shirt from Angela at Wear Your Voice, by the way. But humane slaughter is an absolute myth. People say that animals are killed humanely, but then, you know, it doesn't exist. It's an absolute oxymoron. Okay, would you humanely slaughter your companion animal? You know, are you putting a cow to sleep, you know, because you want to put an end to its suffering? You aren't. You know, let's get real here. Let's say it as it is. There is no such thing as humane slaughter when you're killing an animal which wants to live. These animals do want to live, okay? And then when you put your companion animal to sleep, you know, because you've decided that that's the right thing for you to do morally, would you then, you know, desecrate its body by eating it? You don't. You treat them with care and love and respect. You know, you'll get the ashes, or you'll bury the body, or you'll mark it in some way. But these millions of animals, millions and millions and millions of animals, billions across the world of farmed animals and trillions of sea animals don't get that same protection and don't get the same respect. So don't get taken in by these massive marketing campaigns, you know, these multi-million-pound campaigns across our countries, you know, across our social media and everything. They're all saying if something looks too good to be true, then it usually is. So if you're seeing adverts about laughing and spoiled animals, you know, take a closer look and ask yourself, you know, judge for yourself whether these animals are really, really being treated in the way that it's being purported that they are. And also, you know, what happens to them once their life is decided, you know, decided by a human that it has to be ended, you know, going back to the humane slaughter myth again. Okay, so I'm going to end here. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that was useful and made you think a little bit. If you like what we do, please follow us on our brand new YouTube channel. We're desperate for followers, so please follow us. Obviously, it's free to subscribe. And also, you know, follow us and share our posts on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok and Twitter as well. So this is Anna Malia talking to you about marketing myths and signing off and saying thank you very much for listening.